Hey guys, this is Sullla here. Now I had a bunch of requests to put more videos up on the channel, so what I'm going to do is give you a live commentary of a game that I did in Spectator mode earlier this week. So just let me know if you guys like this. It doesn't take quite as much time to put these together, and let me know if you'd like to see more of these in the comments. So enjoy the video. See you guys soon. Anyway, and then let's see, and then Garen against Volibear. Well, Volibear is so new, I don't really know what to say about that particular matchup. Volibear, I don't know. I honestly have no idea who wins that matchup. I really don't know. Garen's always been better early game than late game. Volibear's a little bit like that as well. They're both going to be really tanky, so I'm going to go out. My guess is that neither one's probably going to die that much unless they get some jungle ganks and unless somebody starts to snowball ahead. Otherwise, it should be relatively even, maybe. I don't know. I mean, Garen's good early game. I just have trouble believing that with Volibear being so tanky, I sort of have trouble believing that Garen's just going to kill him over and over again. So, like I said, I don't really know because I haven't seen too much Volibear. I've seen it on stream. I think from what I've seen, Volibear seems to be a little bit better as a jungler than as a laner, from what I've seen. Not that he's not a bad laner, but he's not. He can get beaten by a lot of champs top. Like he'll lose to a number of champions top. I don't think he would do that very well against Tryndamere, for example. And I don't think he does well against Skarner either, from what I've seen. I think I saw him play against Olaf and not do well either. So, anyway, small sample size, but I mean, he can beat some champs top though. Volibear I've seen dominate some champs in top lane. If he can, especially if he can get an early kill, and then he just grabs his Wriggles and starts farming his Warmogs, and he gets super tanky. One thing about Volibear though is you should be running heal on Volibear. Summoner heal is like super good on Volibear because he gets low, and then his passive kicks in, and then you pop his Summoner heal. And all of a sudden, he gets like 1,000 or 1,500 health back, and it's just nuts. So I'm a big fan of Summoner Heal on him. I'm really not a big fan of Summoner Heal. I really find it irritating, but it's in the game, and you got to go with what works, and it works. Summoner Heal works really well right now in a lot of situations. It depends on the champ. It works real well on some supports. It's really good on Soraka. I really like running Summoner Heal on Soraka just because if you watch that last game, you just have so much healing. It really gets quite crazy. But anyway, game starting, nothing too extraordinary jumping out right at the start. Alistar had a little bit of an interesting buy here. He bought 4 wards instead of 2 health pots, which is perfectly alright. There's nothing wrong with that buy. Let's see, blue team grouping up over here, and purple team hanging out at blue. I wonder if they're going to try to invade. With Volibear up in top, they actually might have a lot of... Yeah, they're going to go in and invade, and this is actually going to be pretty good for blue team, I think. Alistar, let's see, Alistar's really good at level 1. He's one of the best level 1s in the game. Swain is very good level 1 too, if he can hit his binding on somebody. Now, do they have a CV? Yeah, they do have a CV on Alistar, so I'm assuming they're going to wait for that CV and then they're going to go in, right? So in a couple seconds, we're going to see some action here. And remember, Volibear's not there, so they should be able to win this. If they can hit Kennen with a binding or a flash pulverize or something, let's see, let's wait for it. There it is, there's a CV, so I'd expect that they'd be coming in any second now. Here comes Vendor, and nope, not going to hit on that. And they should get out of here. Let's see if they react fast enough. Froster's not running in the right direction. I think he'll be okay, or maybe not. He's not running in the right direction. Yeah, he's going to use Flash, and he has to use Flash there. If he didn't use his Flash, he wouldn't have made it out of there. See, Volibear coming down from top lane. And I'm seeing a ping up here. Do they spot this or something? I don't know. I think they're just telling him to go back to lane, which he should do because he can't get down here in time to affect this fight. But it looks like they are going to take this blue buff here. At least I think so. Let's see. Sona and Nocturne hanging around here. Trista's in the area too. Magus has taken a fair amount actually, he's taken a lot of damage here. This is quite dangerous on the part of Magus. And he's going to get the smite, but he now needs to get out of here. He's probably going to die here. And yeah, that was not worth it. So that's a pretty big mistake by Magus' Riven right there. And now Trista has the blue buff. And that really was... He just took too much damage there. He needed somebody to sit there and help him out. Furthermore, look at Garen. Garen has to walk all the way to top lane. Volibear's going to be way ahead of him if he's playing the lane properly. I don't know why he's not last hitting. Why is he not last hitting minions? He's just standing there. Like, Garen's not even there. Look, Garen's here. Volibear should be so far ahead of him in lane. I mean, he's going to hit 2 first, but he could have been even further ahead. So, anyway, that is a big early game mistake to give up that first blood there. And, let's see, Varus never plays Ashe. Like, we just never play Ashe because Ashe is considered to be a bit underpowered at the moment, which is a little silly because she's not a bad champ by any means. It's just that in lane she can get beaten by a lot of people. Oh, wait, wow, we already had a kill in mid? Well, okay, apparently Vendor was able to get a kill very easily, and I'm not sure why they were pinging him to fall back. He looks pretty safe to me. So wow, that was faster than I thought we were going to see first blood, to say the least. So yeah, he was able to kill Kennen very easily, and I didn't see how that happened, unfortunately. But my guess would be, let's see, he uses Ignite. My guess would be that he just got in a little harassed. Oh, now there's another kill in bot. Wow, I'm missing these. I'm just not expecting the kills to follow that early. So we had a kill in bottom lane as well. Looks like Jace, the Sullla player, got caught out of position there, from what I can guess, and was bursted down by the Ashe Alistar combination. And nobody has ults yet. Doesn't look like anyone used. Oh, Varus used his flash there to get that kill. So something that Speaker and I noticed, and we talked about before, was this is sort of the danger zone, is when your AD carry is by themselves in a lane, and like their support's not there, so that's always a bit of a dangerous time, but with K-Hop's Triss being right at the tower, should be okay. Let me see what's going on here in top lane. I don't know why Volibear is just hanging out in the brush here. Like, this is a little silly just to be sitting there. He's kind of missing minions when he keeps doing that, so I don't know. Meanwhile, in middle lane, Vendor should have an advantage because he did get that early game kill. Let me check out 20 farm to 10, so up 2 to 1 early on. When he goes back to base, he'll be able to turn that gold into some kind of better item. Probably early catalyst, usually how people go on Flame. Anyway, right here, Frost are going to try to return the favor here and try to steal the blue buff away from the blue team. If you remember, they went and stole the blue from the purple team earlier. He's taking a lot of damage too, but Riven, SOS Magus' Riven is down here at Wolves, doesn't know about it, going to take that blue, so nicely done. He could potentially look to go after Garen here in top lane. Yeah, Volibear is very low on farm. I'm not exactly sure why. Like, he's on full health. He doesn't have to just sit here. I don't really get it. But K-Hop is quite low from another exchange in bottom lane. So I'm going to keep an eye on this lane. He's actually in a lot of trouble here. If Alistar can flash full res Alistar, no, his flash is down. But all he needs to do is headbutt Fulv, and that is a kill. Of course, they do have a ward here in the brush, so they'll be able to see him. But looks like Vendor's going into a little bit of a zone right there to try and deny a bit. Anyway, Garen is spinning on Volibear right there, and that is a lot of damage right there. So Garen coming out way, way ahead in this lane, which is a little surprising because Volibear was in the lane and started out a full level ahead of him, which is quite significant, actually. But Garen really dominating. He only got 4 CS, never mind. He's only got 4 minion kills, so maybe not as much as I thought, but is dominating. And it looks like Varus' Ashe and Aelor's Alistar have pushed back, have forced Chaos to recall again, so it did too much damage. And this is not what you want, because while he's sitting back at base, yeah, he didn't die, and that's good, but notice all the minions that are getting eaten by the tower. The tower's just eating all these minions, and this is all golden experience that Ashe is not getting, so that's a real problem, and that's why you want to make sure you don't die. Well, obviously you don't want to die, but even getting forced out of the lane is kind of a big deal, too. And meanwhile, in top lane, Garen, interlude to pieces, Garen is really pushing around, got Mudkip's Volibear up here, and he's actually even used his exhaust in one of these exchanges too, so he has to be quite careful. If Garen hits 6, he can kill him very easily. If Garen hits 6, he's got Ignite. This is a very easy kill if Garen hits 6, and Mudkip doesn't have any mana either, so he has to be really careful here that Garen doesn't just hit 6 and dive him. Fortunately, he hit 6, and up there it is. So I'm going to keep an eye on that lane. I think that could be another early kill. Like, all Garen has to do is just flash in here, flash in, spin, use his ult, and use Ignite, and that should be an easy kill. Did he just Ignite a minion? Yes, he did just Ignite a minion, but he's going to get the kill anyway, so that was a bit of a mistake. Meanwhile, Nocturne's coming down here, so they are going to have a fight down here in bottom lane. That's a nice defensive pulverize coming out from Alistar, and there's a nice defensive headbutt, so well played by Aelora right there. I think he did a nice job using his skills right there just to keep Varus Nox's Ashe safe, and just do a real solid job there. Vendor has not been back to base. No, he has not been back to base, so he's going to need to go back soon. Captain Combustible seems to be doing a bit better since he went back, had a chance to buy, but he is still way behind in minion kills. And now that blue buff has respawned, so Froster is going to grab it as Nocturne. And he's going to pick that up with no real issues. The blue over here has not respawned yet, but they definitely want to try to get that to the Swain player Vendor in mid when they have a chance. As far as the junglers go, Nocturne and Riven very even, just the 1 kill early on. Now there's an engage coming in from Aelor's Alistar in bottom lane going in, but it looks like they actually came out on the losing side there. That wasn't a particularly good trade. He took a lot more damage than he dished out, so that really didn't go well for them right there. In terms of farm, Varus knocked his Ashe 50 minion kills. K-Hop's Tristana 31 minion kills. K-Hop being helped out quite a bit by that first blood, and he's already had a chance to go back and buy, which is why he has the second Doran's blade there. In mid, right there, Captain Combustible caught in a binding, and he's going to die for that. There comes the Ignite. So Vendor just caught the tail end of that fight, used his Ignite, or he caught Captain Combustible in a binding, and then used his Ignite, and that was all she wrote right there. So again, Swain, if he catches you in those bindings, he's very strong. It's just, it can be difficult to get that. That blue's also going to be popping very soon. They're going to want to give that to Vendor Swain and just make it that much easier. And then Vendor, again, doing what good players do, is he's going to push this minion wave to the tower while Cannon is dead, while Cannon's surviving, and then all these minions going to miss out on all that golden experience. Elsewhere, again, I don't know why Volibear is just hanging out up here. I don't know what he's doing. He's just like chilling in his bear hoodie back here behind the tower. I don't really get that. There we go. For a second I couldn't zoom out. So he's going to fall really far behind. Garen only on 44 minion kills, but still way ahead of Volibear. And a little surprised. I just don't know why he's just hanging out at the tower. I wonder if he disconnected or something, because he's just standing there. And obviously Garen's only going to continue to get further ahead because he's not getting any gold or experience. So maybe that's a disconnect. I don't know. Anyway, double words at Dragon. And let's see, a word here from Jace's Sona in this Tribrush. Always a good location to ward. Let's see, Varus has gone back and bought, and he's picked up a Vampiric Scepter and Berserker Greaves. Interesting. I wonder why he wanted the Vampiric Scepter. Maybe he just wanted more lifesteal. Or perhaps he's going for a Wriggles first build. I don't know. Anyway, there comes a Nocturne ult, and they're going to gank Vendor, and they're going to get that kill. And then Magus looks like he doesn't want to go in and chase. He really should. He should be able to finish this off, but nice flash from Froster. Going to use his Dust Trail. I'm going to get out of there. So a nice job there by Froster and Captain Combustible to get that kill, because Vendor was starting to snowball a little out of control, and that should help Kennen out quite a bit in that lane. Anyway, so Volibear has not disconnected. I guess he's just hanging out at that tower for some reason, but Garen is starting to get very far in front of him. Meanwhile, in bottom lane, Tristana now a little bit behind in minion kills, and now does not have the item advantage. So Varus Nox, because he has the Berserker's Greaves and because he has the Vampiric Scepter, he should be able to push around K-Hop a little bit, at least until K-Hop goes back to buy again. Here comes a pink ward at Dragon, and that's going to let them kill this ward. So a nice play there by Eoloreth, knowing that they either he probably saw that they had a ward there or just figured. Well, no, they already had another ward there, so he saw that they put down the ward. I don't know if he realizes that they have a ward here, though. Hey. It's okay. You can't play with that. It's not the time. Alright, sorry. Had to talk to the dogs here. Okay, anyway, over here, finally going to give Swain a blue buff at the 11-minute mark, so this is going to give Vendor a lot of lane control up here. Meanwhile, we do have a fight going on in top lane. There comes an exhaust, but I don't think this was a good exhaust, because it got Mudkips is just not going to kill Interlude to Pieces Garen up there, and if if you're not really going to get a kill, it's a bit of a waste to use your exhaust there. So I think that was a bit ill-used, and now it's going to be on cooldown for a long time. Yeah, 210 seconds. That's a long time. Magus, that wasn't the greatest gank up there. Needed to come in a little bit earlier. Let's see, Vendor, if he plays this correctly, he should be able to push around Captain Combustible while he has that blue buff, because anytime he takes damage, he can just run his ult. There it is. Can he use the slow? There's his Torment, and can he hit a binding? And yes, actually is going to get the binding. Vendor may have known that Froster was there, otherwise I feel like he would have dove and gone for that kill, because he hit a very nice binding. And then now here comes the ult, and now he's going to heal all the damage that he just took in that Raven form. And yeah, did he force Kennen to leave? No, Kennen didn't leave the lane. Anyway, here comes Nocturne, but it was spotted. They did spot Froster by that ward, so there's the backing off. And now Magus is here, but Magus has also been spotted by a ward. So we may have a 3-on-3 fight here. Let's see, going to go in, and there is the arrow on Nocturne. Where is the Stealth Shield, Nocturne? A nice defensive ult from Sona right there. Here comes it on exhaust on Magus. So actually doing a nice job. Wow, I'm a little bit surprised Purple Team came out ahead. And now Rocket Jump cools down on every kill. So it looks like Purple Team came out ahead. I'm a little surprised that they won that fight. It looked like it was going well for the blue team. And then Vendor, while that was going on, Vendor going to mid and able to dive under the tower and get a kill on Captain Combustible. So Vendor now 3-1 and has almost double the minion kills of Captain Combustible's cannon. Anyway, this is... Oh, wow. And there is another kill in top lane. Again, I just can't follow all the lanes here. Garen, Interlude to Pieces, Garen winning that lane. So So far, it looks like Blue Team is having a lot of success in all lanes. The one area that you might say they're behind is in the jungle compared to Froster's Nocturne, who's been doing a good job. And he's going to take that blue buff again. Anyway, in terms of farming, if you just look at the farming numbers here, 95, 84, 79, the 72, 47, 37. I mean, the 72 is fine, and I actually think K-Op's playing this pretty well, given that I think he's 2-0 and he's farmed decently. I think he's doing a pretty decent job. But the real issue is the 47 minion kills on Captain Combustible and the 37 minion kills on Got Mudkips. They're just starting to fall too far behind. Vendor, though, taking a lot of damage here. But, oh, wow, look at that binding. He's going to hit on the binding on Froster. And then now he's going to chase after Captain Combustible. He does have double buff. Just needs to turn on his ult and start healing again. And there it goes. With blue buff, he can run this for quite a while. And just look at how much health he's healing back here. I'll highlight the skill here. Each Raven deals, right now, 88 magic damage and heals for, well, not much against minion, but it heals for a lot against champions. Anyway, looks like they're sitting up here, and he gets a nice pulverize here. Oh, wow. Unfortunately, missing the pulverize. Poor Ayla right there. And look how much damage he took. He really did need to hit that skill. Now he's going to probably just might want to back and disengage here because he took that much damage. It's going to take a long time to heal all that. But Varus is almost certainly going back for a BF sword. Yeah, I like this recall together. Going to go back for a BF sword. I'm sure Ashe needs Infinity Edge. Has always been the key item on Ashe. And look at this. This is a nice spot here. They used the Clairvoyance. They saw that the bottom lane was backing, and they're going to ping Dragon. And they should do this. They should be able to get this because notice that Vendor backed in mid, and Varus and ALRF backed in bottom lane. So while that's going on, they should be able to take this, but they're just delaying too long, and now they've waited so long that I don't think they're going to be able to do this. If they had just started it immediately, they would have been able to get this. So a little bit of a mistake by K-Hop. Yes, it is nice to push that tower, but I feel like he should have gone to Dragon, and they could have gotten that Dragon, really. They could have. Froster did not need to flash there. He just burns it very needlessly, and that's a big issue. And Jace might be in a little bit of trouble, but no. He's going to have the speed up. Oh, but there's the arrow, and he's going to try to flash, but still going to get hit. Look how long the stun duration is, and that's going to be a kill. Should be a kill, although Magus is taking a lot of damage as well. And there comes the Nocturne ult in, but it's going in on Alistar, and Magus is actually going to survive. Vendor, though, going to get bursted down. I saw an Ignite come out, so Captain Combustible doing a nice job there. And it looks like they've gone 1 for 1 here. Nope, K-Hop going to jump in, and this is big trouble. Let's see if they can pick up any more kills. There's one more kill. Is Varus going to make it out? There's the stun. Nope. And again, Rocket Jump cools down on every kill. And so Chaos going to score another kill. So they actually went 3 for 1 down here in bottom lane. Very nicely played by the purple team. Very, very well done there. I think that the key play, what was the key play there? Well, they did kill Sona, but unfortunately they used a lot of their cooldowns on Sona. And the other problem was they did take quite a few tower shots. The blue team here did take quite a few tower shots here under the tower. But wow, look at this. K-Hop 5-0-0 now on Tristana. And again, they should be able to get this dragon. Magus is hanging around, but I don't think he's going to be able to get this. And these Nocturne ults have been pretty good, too, although Froster has used his flash a little needlessly. I don't think Magus should go in and try to steal this. I think they should just give this up and admit that this isn't one they're going to get. And indeed, there they go. So even though the biggest issue for Purple Team is they're just not farming that well. I mean, they've gotten more kills. Well, I guess they haven't gotten more kills, but they have gotten some kills. And Magus, again, putting himself in a bit of a bad position here. Just took a lot of damage needlessly. The biggest issue is, yeah, the farm. There's just so much more farming. Captain Combustible's Tenon and Got Mudkips' Volibear are just very underfarmed right now, and that's a huge issue. I mean, Garen 2-0, 103 minion kills. Volibear 0-2, 57. He's going Warmogs first, and again, I think that's a bit of a mistake. I think he probably should get Wriggles first. The armor would help against Garen a lot, and it would give him more lifesteal. He really could use that lifesteal. Just Warmogs alone, stacking health is great, but if he only has 59 armor, he's not really going to be able to lane against Garen, and this actually could be a lot of trouble right here if Garen can chase him down. Let's see, he needs to hit on that silence. There's the spin. Not going to be enough to kill him, but again, Garen is just free farming up here, and Volibear really isn't getting in that much farm, although it looks like now the bottom lane is going to head up here. I don't know, not exactly sure why Sona is here. I guess she's warding. I guess so, but it looks like while they're gone, I feel like Varus' Ashe and the LRS Alistar are going to push over this tower. I don't think they can get back in time. So yeah, I mean, while it's nice to go top and all that, Tristana really should not be up here. I mean, yes, Red's good on Tristana, but you can't leave the lane entirely undefended because they just gave this tower away completely for free, and that is a big mistake. They did not have to do that. So too many champions top, nobody sitting bot, It looks like they might be preparing an elaborate gank here on Garen, but I feel like Trist is spending too much time out of lane, so it's actually going to miss the rocket jump, and there's no way they're going to kill Garen here. So again, feels like a big mistake, because Ashe is just sitting down here, and if this hits the tower, if this wave hits the tower and Trist doesn't farm this, Trist is going to miss out on so much golden experience. So again, a bit of a mistake there. Varus trying to steal the blue buff, but it was clairvoyance, and again, Trist just really shouldn't be up here in top at this point in time in the game. Again, feels like a mistake. Anyway, Vendor going to get hit, use his EQ combo on Captain Combustible. Got a lot of damage there, and he's going to bind Froster. Meanwhile, they were able to steal that blow, and look at all this farm that Tristana is not getting. Oh, Varus, a nice arrow, and that's going to score a kill. That's one of those point-blank arrows, really not a whole lot you can do. And yeah, they're going to push on this tower, and again, this has all been set up by Tristana being in top. So again, Chaos played a nice game. He's 5-0. He's got a lot of farm, but that was a major tactical error to spend all that time in top. He didn't really accomplish anything. I mean, if you notice, he went up there, but he didn't achieve anything. And while he was up there, he missed a ton of farm. Oh, look at that binding. A sweet binding from Vendor. This should be a kill. If Aeloreth can just hit the pulverize, there's the headbutt, and that's a nice kill. So that was definitely worth flashing to grab that. It was worth flashing to get that kill, because now it secures the tower for them as well. And again, by the time Chaos gets down here, it's too late. They've already lost the tower. They've suffered a couple kills. Sona died. Oh, Sona in a lot of trouble. Sona should not have walked forward there. I think Sona might make it out with that flash. Yeah, Jace is going to make it out with that flash, but just should not have put himself in that position. So Blue Team, even though Blue Team's made some pretty significant mistakes in this game, they're starting to snowball ahead, and they're just starting to get too farmed. Even though they didn't get that dragon, even though they lost the only real big team fight that we've seen, but their farming has just been superior in this game. Chaos is really the only one who's done a good job of farming, and the tower kills 4-1 are really starting to pile up now. And the other thing is, remember how I talked about how it's kind of a little bit difficult to get Swain farmed, but 4-2 and has the most minion kills, basically tied with Varus' Ashe for most minion kills in the game. Once Swain starts to hit this point, you're in a lot of trouble. Meanwhile, Varus Nox also going back to base. Notice he has now picked up the Infinity Edge, so has the Eye Edge, which has always been the damage item on Ashe. Infinity Edge Phantom Dancer is like the Ashe build because of the way her passive stacks up crit. Let's see, Magus hasn't done all that much in the jungle from what I've seen. I feel like Froster's been more active as Nocturne so far, so I feel like Froster's done a little bit stronger than Magus, but but all the other lanes have been won pretty decisively for the blue team here. Bottom lane obviously is won because they're already knocking on the base turret down here. Middle lane was won with the early kill. And look, again, now they're just invading jungle with ease, and Tristana and Nocturne are in all kinds of trouble here because Ashe and Alistar are behind them. And all they need to do is initiate with an arrow here. Oh, look at this, going to sneak by. Oh, no, they missed. There comes the Shirelius. So again, Ashe, I have to imagine an arrow is going to be coming out, but nope. Oh, wow, they really misplayed that. They just totally lost vision on these champs. Now Vendor may be in a little bit of trouble right here. He does have his Raven form. There is the ultimate. He's getting exhausted, and that's a nice choice. Not quite as good as Ignite. There comes the binding, but it's not going to be enough. And let's see, is that Ignite going to finish off Froster? Yes. So Vendor, he's going to go 1 for 1, even if he gets ganked by 4 people. And oh, wow, Ashero coming in at extreme range. Is anyone going to be there to follow that up? Yes, it does look like it. And remember, Sona did use her flash earlier, so no flash up. She should go down very easily. There it is. Kennen ult, but there's 3 here, 3 on 1, a lot of trouble. There is the defensive flash from Kennen hopping out. He's going to make it away from that. But overall, that ended up being a 2 for 1 in favor of the blue team. Meanwhile, Varus is still sitting in bottom lane, still farming. Does the most minion kills in the game. Again, Chaos done a pretty good job of keeping up with him. And again, 6-0 compared to 4-1, so the 80 carries have really gotten nicely farmed. Oh, look at this. Varus is going to stand here in the call. They were hoping he'd go over here. Aeloreth maybe in a little trouble. I think he'll be okay. He does have his ult if he really needs it, so yeah, he should be alright. And we may have a fight over this blue buff. It is warded by the purple team, not by the blue team. And while this has been going on, Garen just sitting in top lane, continuing to farm. I do feel like his farm is a little low for someone who's been in top the whole game, but 301, can't really argue with that. And let's see, he's got a Brutalizer, and I guess he's going for a Sunfire Cape. You know, Garens do love their Sunfire Capes. Anyway, Dragon is back up. Let's see, they grab red for Varus' Ashe, and I'd assume that they're going to go and fight for Dragon. That would seem to be the logical play right here. The blue team is stronger than purple team, so they should force a team fight because they have the advantage. Vendor does not have blue, which could be key. They might want to get him blue before they fight, because Swain with blue is, you know, just has a humongous advantage. But anyway, it looks like they might even be baiting this. Varus, does he have his arrow back up? Yeah, his arrow's off cooldown. They might just be sitting here and, you know, waiting to try to force a fight, but nope, doesn't look like it. And we'll see what they choose to do from here. So Volibear has finished his Warmogs, but again, the problem with Warmogs first is he does deal damage due to the fact that his W is so strong, but only 66 armor, so really not that tanky, even though he has a lot of health. So again, most of the Volibear builds I've seen that put him in top lane go Wriggles, then Warmogs, and then Atma's Impaler. Anyway, they have a free dragon here if they want to go for it, because purple team has gone back to base. Yeah, and look at Garen just chasing us down. There comes the exhaust again. I mean, that's going to allow Mudkips to get out, but I mean, he keeps using his exhaust very defensively, so he never has it up in these fights, which is a bit of a problem. And I mean, if you just look at the farm stats, they're so lopsided in favor of the blue team, even though they have, you know, messed up some of these team fights. Just the fact that they farm so much better really gives them a humongous edge going forward. Again, K-Hop hanging around here in top lane. I do think that as well as K-Hop has played, when he ran top lane and was just sort of up in top for a while, that was a huge mistake on his part. So if he goes back and watches this later. Anyway, Vendor apparently scored a binding on Jace. And I don't know what Frost is doing, is he's going to die here as well. Again, when Swain gets his farm and he pops his ultimate, he's really, really strong. So at this point, they should be able to get that middle tower with ease, and they can probably push into the base as well. I can't imagine that K-Hop's going to be strong enough by himself. Again, Swain with blue buff, Swain 6'3", when he gets this strong, he's already got Rod of Ages, Sork Shoes, is about to finish the death cap. There, he's going to hit on the binding, and that should be a kill if they play this correctly. There comes the rocket jump. There's the defensive buster shot, but it's not going to be enough. And again, like I said before, Swain really, really strong, and Vendor doing a great job with these bindings, but they need to get out here. There's a nice little, is that a Shirelius speed boost? No, just a Sona movement speed boost. A nice little movement speed boost. And look at the arrow landing right on Sona. Not sure if they're going to be able to finish her off. That might actually be bad if they bait them into a fight. They really should just back here. Here comes a Nocturne ult. Are they going to finish off Vendor? Yes, and that is key. Yeah, because Swain is a lot like Nidalee. You need to burst them down. So yeah, they probably should have just backed. And unfortunately, that arrow almost sort of baited them into continuing fighting. But Garen, again, continuing to sit in top lane, continuing to farm. And again, the farming edge is just so large at this point in time. Every solo lane is ahead of every other solo lane. Every solo lane for blue is ahead of every solo lane for purple. And that really does make it tough to win, unfortunately, when you start falling behind like that. There's about the top 200 minion kills at 25 minutes. That's very good. That's right around where you want to be. I mean, you can be better, in theory. I mean, you can always do better, but that's pretty close to what you want to see under, like, real-life, real-game situations. So he's very, very strong right now. And, of course, Vendor really strong as well. He does have a 4 deaths, which is a little high. But as Swain, you know, you are running into the middle of the team, and now that he's got his death cap, he's going to be life-stealing so much when he runs his ult. So let's see, only 30 MR really needs to get, he's going to go for Void Staff as his next item, so he's going to be just going an offensive route. He's going to need to get some magic resist pretty soon, though, after that. Let's highlight his ult here. Each Raven deals, wow, 180 magic damage, and then heals for 75% of the damage dealt against champions. Oh, and by the way, there are 3 Ravens, so, you know, when I say 180, it's actually times 3, which is, what is that, 540, I think, or 520? Something like that. Okay, anyway, everybody is now getting ready for Baron. Oh, wow. Got Mudkips did not need to flash over that wall. That was a very needless use of his summoner. So, Got Mudkips, if you're going to watch this later, my advice to you is be a little bit more careful with your summoners. Oh, there's an arrow going somewhere. Looks like it missed. They're trying to initiate with an arrow. I heard it going down. But Mudkips is going to get binded by Swain right there. He's going to try to run away, but again, Swain in the middle of the fight. Nice defensive Sona ult right there. But Vendor's going to get the kill regardless. And from here, they could just back. There comes the Ashe Flow, and once Ashe starts kiting you with those frost arrows, it's all over. And Varus does have Infinity Edge, Phantom Dancer, the key items on Ashe, as I said before. If Vendor hits this binding, it's another kill, but I don't think he's going to. So they probably should have someone tank. They should have Garen tank this tower and then take the inhibitor. That's what they should do. I don't know why. Like, Garen should stay there and tank it. It's very. Oh, K-Hop coming forward very aggressively. If he gets binded, it's another kill. And yep, he actually did not get binded. And apparently Riven died to a tower somewhere. So, anyway, I don't know what was. Apparently Riven died to a tower somewhere. I didn't see that. I guess just took too many tower shots. Meanwhile, Captain Combustible, I guess he was disconnected? I didn't even realize he was DC'd. Oh well. At this point, it probably didn't matter that much. Wow, that's a great fling from Got Mudkips. A great fling into the tower. So Vendor man, you got the 9 kills, but 5 deaths. Feels like a few too many there. So it feels like a little bit sloppy there on the part of Vendor to die that many times. So yeah, something to look at if you go back and watch this replay. Something to improve upon all those deaths. But at this point, they're really far ahead, and Garen now has finished his Wormlogs, and it looks like he's going to go for an Atlas next, Atlas Impaler, and once he gets that, they're just going to be too strong. There's the Void Staff, so a ton of magic penetration on Swain. I'll check it when he revives. And it looks like Purple Team's going to push mid. They are a long way behind. They might be able to get this tower. We'll see. Does Ashe have her arrow up? Yeah, Ashe has her arrow up, so he could potentially just arrow into this fight. Might just want to give it up. They could actually, they should counter gank this. They can arrow right into one of these guys and then just go in, and I feel like they should be able to get kills. Maybe they just don't want to go for that. I guess they're chose not to go for that. But I do feel like an Ashe arrow initiation would have been strong there. Then again, perhaps they just want to wait for Vendor to get back to the fight here. So let's see how much Magic Pen he has. Character, Magic Pen, Spell Pen, 29, and then a flat 29, and then another 46%. Anyway, up here, it looks like they were hawk-shotted up here, but again, it would be a 3-on-5, so that's not really the kind of fight that Blue Team wants to take on. Grabbing Blue for Swain, as he is expected. Varus looks like he's going to go back to base. So at this point in time, it looks like everybody's hanging out around Baron. Purple Team can't afford to leave this alone for too long, though, because those minions are going to flood into the base. Uh-oh, Garen, is he about to double lift into the brush? No, he wards the brush. Well done, Garen. He wards the brush, and Got Mudkips coming forward a little aggressively, but Ashe is not here. They don't have their main source of damage. This is actually a great time for Purple Team to fight. And there comes the arrow. Did it hit anyone? I don't even know. So Chaos going to score his first kill. He actually managed to get the kill on Vendor, but there goes Chaos as well. Now Mag is taking a lot of damage, and this fight has all been... Oh, wow, they got the stun. There he is, going to finish him off. And now Garen's running away as well. Here comes Ashe, though, finally. And again, the whole reason why this fight was set up the way it was is Ashe was not there. Now Ashe is finally there. And Varus does have red buff, so he should be able to kill everyone with his frost arrows. He has so much slow. And again, nobody on Ashe, so if they can chase this down at all, they should be able to get a kill. And with Ashe having that Phantom Dancer, Ashe is faster than Sona, but she does have that movement speed boost, so I guess she's going to make it out with that. Still, the only reason that fight, it was a good fight for Purple Team to take on. I know that they went 3 for 4, but that was a good fight for them to take on because Ashe wasn't there. And by trading 3 kills for 4 kills, because the people on the blue team are worth more, they're higher levels, and they have killing sprees, it actually does come out in favor of them. The only downside is because they have the inhibitor down, they lose another tower in their base, and again, that's why it's hard to come from behind in this game. Once those towers start going down, it gets kind of tough. Right here, looks like they're gonna start Baron here. Varus needs someone to tank this for him, though, is the only thing. I mean, he deals a ton of damage to Baron, but he needs someone to tank it, and Maggie's gonna come in and start taking over. So a little aggressive. They don't realize that there is a ward right here. See, Purple Team does have a ward here. So they have to be a little bit careful, but I don't know. I don't know if they're going to be able to do this or not. Noxer does have vision on this. This could potentially be really dangerous. Or maybe not. There's the Ashe arrow on there. Let's see. And who is going to get this? It looks like Blue Team was able to get that. Oh, wow. Look at that damage from Vendor. Those Ravens come flying out, and people just die so easily. Now, they need some kind of slow to get Mudkips. And what is he building? Why does he have a bottle water cutlass? I don't understand that. Anyway, I don't know what he's going for with that particular build. But, he should not be stopping to hit those minions because Ashe is going to start kiting him. And as soon as Ashe starts slowing you, it's all over. And all Varus has to do is right-click on him, and he'll be able to chase that down. See, there's a nice Sona ult, and they're actually fighting quite well here. It looks like Vendor might die again. No, he's going to make it out, but unfortunately, again, Ashe is so far... Oh, almost. Kennen going down very low, and there it is. Actually is going to get the kill right there, but Varus is going to die to do it, but it shouldn't matter. It's going to be the end of the game. So, yeah, looks like this is going to wrap it up. Vendor, so, let's see, are they going to manage to kill Vendor? Yes, actually, managing to score a kill there, and probably should just hit the Nexus at this point to finish off the game. I think they're going to, and that should probably be it. Come on, there we go. So that's going to be the end of the game right there. So nicely played on all sides. I think that Varus' Ashe was the strongest part of that game. But we had some nice performances from all sides. So thanks to everybody who, tuned in, watched this game. Thanks to everybody who played.